Solitude becomes powerful when it is chosen from clarity, not used to hide from connections. Being alone and being lonely are not the same. The watchword is clarity. It's always clarity, because it can be misconstrued. Because if you look at the last line, it says being alone and being lonely are not the same thing. They are not the same. Solitude is a place of where you are alone. You are alone, but you are not lonely. And this is a different state of spiritual experience. You get to observe. Most extroverted people will struggle with solitude compared to introverts, actually. Introvert is always like their natural habitat, especially those who decide to go walk that spiritual journey of life. And clarity has always been one thing that I have always been heavy on since I started exploring spirituality. Clarity in everything, because that's where you tend to find wisdom in all those things that in your normal day-to-day activities you don't have the time or space to actually understand what is going on around you. But in that place of solitude, there is an embodiment of clarity that comes upon you, and you start to reflect on both the past and the present and into the future as well. You start to have a better understanding of your life. And most people think it's just maybe just a normal thing. You just experience solitude, but they don't realize that that spiritual element is what makes you alive as a person. And solitude can take ages. It can be a lifestyle. That's where you see monks that practice it. You see monks, they practice it. It's their way of actually being alive in a world full of chaos. Because the world itself, the way it is, or it has been designed since the fall of man, it is much more chaotic. Much more chaotic. It is chaos. It is full of chaos. But a spiritual man finds serenity in a place of solitude. Before I would mix that word serenity, I would say calm serenity. You learn every day. So, but that was just me digressing. I just got it today perfectly, so I'm a little bit excited. So, serenity is found as well in the place of solitude. And when you embrace it, it opens you to clarity. A lot of things. Because there are days where I'm just alone on my own, and I start to reflect on things and start to have deeper meanings and revelations about what has happened or what actually happened in that scenario. And it blows my mind after staying and meditating in that experience, and I start to get interpretations of what actually I had experienced. I start having revelations and understanding about it, and it hits me, and I'm like, wow, but why didn't I get an instant understanding of what I was going through at that moment. And sometimes it comes, it goes. What I'm saying now sounds very abstract to some people who have never or who don't practice solitude. It's just that we as introverts, or people who are as introverts, we have mastered it and it's like a lifestyle. But there is always an elevated version of introversion, a place where you come to become balanced. And that's why I like the personalities of ambiverts. And ambiverts are I think they are rare. I think they are rare, very rare class of people who can actually decide to be an introvert and at the same time decide to be an extrovert as well. But they are always in the middle, depending on the energy of the room. They are always at the middle. It takes an extrovert and an introvert a lot of energy to find themselves coming to the middle to become an ambivert. It takes a lot. So that's just for the elevation of an introvert. And I've always loved solitude for so long, because for me it's always like a place where I always find clarity. And I'm not trying to disconnect from people, especially when I'm in that place of calmness, that place of revelation. I'm not disconnected. It's not like I hate people or that, because once I'm not in that state of solitude, when I meet people, it's always good vibes. I'm always like cool with people. But it took a lot of work. That's why I said it's the elevated part of introversion, for you to be at a balance. So that's why I love this statement. And shout out to Neuroshift Daily. It's a comment actually I saw, and it struck a chord in me, and I felt like I have to talk about this, because solitude is a beautiful experience. It's a very beautiful experience. It's in solitude you meditate, you ruminate about things. Your intuition is heightened in the place of solitude. Because in that place of solitude, that's where you get clarity. And that clarity takes you to a level of elevation in the realm of the spirit. You start to see things, start to see patterns, you recognize them. And when you're outside the state of solitude, when you meet people, you start and you pay attention. Paying attention is another thing. You pay attention to the situation around you, because most times, me myself as well, I'm guilty. I don't usually pay attention, but anytime I focus that energy to paying attention in my environment, I start to see those patterns that I have ruminated in the place of solitude, or in that place of solitude where I got clarity. When I'm now in the present moment and I pay attention to my environment, I start to see those patterns. It's a beautiful experience. Solitude is a place where most men should dwell in. They should live there, they should stay there. Most people live their life in chaos, from jumping from one relationship to another, moving from one friendship to another. They have never taken the time to sit down and be in a place of solitude. So it's a wake-up call. It's a call for everybody to embrace solitude. It's not just for introverts, it's for every single person. And I know that the world would be a better place when people experience solitude more. than observing the chaos. If you experience solitude more, you would have a better demeanor. You have a calm demeanor. You have a an attractive demeanor, actually. That is what you will possess. You will be a magnet. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's the life that we are called to. So at the end of the day, it's still your choice. So solitude is beautiful. So guys, this is another video, another yapping section. Thank you so much for your time. I know at the end part, I'm just like dragging everything and all that, but it's all good. I'm happy anytime I just turn on the camera and I just say my thoughts. So I hope this gives you the ginger, gives you the elevation, gives you the spring on your step to actually embrace solitude in your life. So guys, we'll see in the next video and we'll yap some more as usual. Thank you so much for your time and have a great day and stay blessed. Bye guys.